You know, one thing that I always question, right? And I think I never brought this up. Who leaked the Cassie footage? That's number one. That's number one, right? Because it just came out of nowhere. You know, one
Okay,
one day.
let me tell you who leaked it. The hotel leaked it, right? So when he did whoop her ass in that hallway at the hotel, um, the hotel was paid, I think, 20,000 or 50,000 to not leak the tape, but they ended
Mhm.
up leaking it anyway, like a couple of years later. You feel me? So whoever's paying all these people to come out the woodworks, making up stories about Diddy did this and did that. That's who went to the hotel in strong arm. But the footage was leaked by the hotel. To answer your
Okay,
question.
okay. Now, who's playing behind the scenes? And the reason why, because I'm leading up to this, right? So the reason why I say that is because who's playing behind the scenes when it comes to these certain interactions? Because, like you said, a lot of black men with money, they're trying to create an establishment, right? They're trying to create an establishment. They're trying to help, our people. But you have somebody puppeteering in the shadows. You don't know who. You know what I'm saying? You can you can kind of sort it out and go to the source when it comes to, okay, like you said, the hotel leaked that. But why did the hotel leak it? Who told the hotel to leak it? Because they're not going to just, they got bans. You know what I'm saying? Don't leak. Hey, I'll slide you some money. Don't even worry about it. Just don't put it out. Okay, cool. So who's behind the scenes coming out and being like, hey, you got that footage. You're going to do this. Who's playing the puppet master behind the scenes? Because what this reminds me of, this whole situation and these whole narratives, and a sidebar, 50, you're gonna get it too, sooner or later. Sooner or later, you're gonna get it too, 50. That's a sidebar. But this whole situation, it reminds me of Black Wall Street. That's all it's screaming is Black Wall Street. You
Hmm.
have a thriving black community. You have our own currency, our own businesses, our own infrastructure. And then all of a sudden it gets nuked by the KKK and the government and stuff like that. Just bombs dropping, fire set, everything, and everybody turned a blind eye.
Hmm.
Everybody turned a blind eye.
Yeah,
Like just pretty much, oh well.
yeah. That's how shit up was set up for us, man. They never wanted us to be great, and
Mm-mm.
it's been like that since as long as we can remember, even before the whole Black Wall Street crash out and burn down. You know what I mean? They don't want black leadership. They don't want proper black leadership. They want people like, and no disrespect, uh, people like Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy. No disrespect to them, but like I was saying before, those are the type of people that get shown love, and those are the type of people that will get shown lenience and receive pardons to get out of jail so they can get back to the bullshit and keep feeding our community like the negative shit like in their music. You know what I mean? Because it's contagious. They don't want they don't want strong black leads, and
No.
that's just the way that it is. So whether it be Diddy, whether it be Tyler Perry, whether it be Bill Cosby or whatever, they're gonna always find a way to try to tear us down. You know, and like I said again, all they have to do is say one thing, and then all they're gonna have to do is depend on the black community to make sure we tear each other down and make us look bad. Because all they got to do is say something one time. They see one clip on the news, somebody coming out the house with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. The news and the media never said what that baby oil was for. You know what I mean? And still to this day, nobody knows what the baby oil is for, unless Diddy came out and said. Black people just came out with that narrative, and the whole black community ran with it. You know what I mean? And then it was no Diddy this and no Diddy that, and the gay stuff, and what everybody made up the answer to what he was doing with the baby oil, but in fact, nobody knows what he was doing with the baby oil. And not
You
only
know,
that,
I've,
doing with the baby oil is his business. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But like I
I've
said,
seen